All right, everybody out there, welcome to the Morning Smoke Live for our pre-show of tonight's matchup between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics for Game Six. Game Six. We are almost done with this finals thing, y'all. It's almost over with. It is your host, the underscore truth 1987. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Mello Miller. Uh, it's been a busy day, but a very exciting day for myself. I don't know if I could speak for you. You don't. You still praying for the. Uh, you just still praying. This is the most I've ever seen you pray, actually, which is really funny. Hopefully, it leads you to God. That's what I hope. Uh,
It's gonna lead me to one of them. You know what's sad is I'm not gonna know which God responded,
wow, wow.
if any. It may just end up. I don't know if it's Shiva or Luke.
Oh
I'm
Lord
just.
Jesus,
I'm all.
Lord Jesus.
It may
Mm-mm-mm.
be Tom Cruise in the end. I don't know which
Wow.
one it's gonna be.
Wow, wow,
Uh,
wow. But you praying to all of them, boy. You done lit incense and everything, boy.
I saw the bean pie the other day. Anyway, keep going, man.
Well, you have kind of went down the Muslim road, so what makes sense? What makes sense? But yeah. We on here. We wanted to kind of talk. We wanted to give you our analysis of what's kind of been going on in the finals right now. We didn't want to wait until next week because it's going to be over by next week. It's going to be over tonight. But we'll get into that conversation. But as of right now, it's been a good series. I think you can agree. It's been a really good series. It's been back and forth between both teams, and we'll see. We'll see kind of what happens. But from the initial, before we get into any numbers and things of that nature, what are your thoughts of this finals? Has it been a good finals for you?
It's been okay. It's been okay. The lack of interior play. Neither team are strong inside. Um,
That's your
I
thing. I know
think.
you like that big presence in the paint. So
Well, I like a versatility of the game.
yeah,
This series just doesn't even have a rim protector to truly. I mean, Robert Williams was high in blocks, but he's not an imposing figure per se, and he's
yeah,
been banged up, right?
yeah.
So I don't know. I guess for me, it's been a decent NBA. It's not been a disappointment.
I
Um,
I think it's been one of the better ones that we've had, in my opinion. It's especially since it's going back and forth between both teams. I mean, I even believe that even with my Ohio State Buckeyes. Do I like blowouts? Obviously, because I'm a fan. But I like to see those close games, those games that come down to the last 2-3 minutes. It just makes for exciting sports. So um, tonight though, I need a definite. I don't need no two down to the last 2 minutes of Golden State. So if you out there listening to this, take care of business. We're not trying to go back to Golden State. Y'all can celebrate, have your parades when you get off the plane. We get it done tonight. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. But
yeah.
just go ahead. Go ahead.
What for you has been the right now? Golden State leads 3-2.
Right.
What for you has been the biggest factor for your Warriors to have this 3-2 lead so far? Not even talking about Game 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just the 3-2 lead so far.
I think there's a couple things. Obviously, it's one of the star plays in Stephen Curry. He has been pretty consistent for the most part of the series. He is actually the point leader, averaging 25.5 points a game, averaging 6.3 assists per game. So he's showed up thus far. Last game, Game 5, was really the only game where he goose egged, if you will. So I do agree that's one. Number two, I think the role players have showed up enough to have the lead. As you can see, Steph Curry has had these numbers and he's been doing his thing, but not until the actual role players in Wiggins, which has been amazing this particular series, and the other players stepping up and getting rebounds, and Looney has stepped up really big on the boards. You have the other star players that have showed, or not star role players that have showed up on different nights. Jordan Poole has had a couple of good nights. Clay has had a couple of good nights where he's in that 15, 16 point range. So all of that is what's keeping them at this 3-2 lead. It's not only just Steph. Steph is the leading, obviously, but it definitely is taking the team to get to the point where they are now. And another thing on top of that is the Celtics. Um, I've already said even before we went into this conversation and before the finals even start that the Celtics had the best defense in the league. Um, they are extremely defensively sound, but one thing that has hurt them is turnovers. If you look at the turnover differential, the Celtics most of the Golden State's points have came from off of Celtics turnovers. So I think if they were a little bit more, less turnovery, then it probably would be a different series. But I think that's also helped Golden State as well too. So that's kind of my thoughts thus far. So
From a Boston standpoint, really, I think this isn't talked about like that. I think Marcus Smart is overrated. I want
can
I want
can
you
I
to
can I add to that before you start? Just real quick. I'm not gonna say overrated. I'm gonna say he's not a point guard, and that's what they're missing. They're missing that. So I
well
think
he
I think
he
if he's
play-
not,
he's
I think
overrated. He's
yeah. Go ahead.
overrated in the position that he's in.
Yeah, yeah.
See, people forget they wanted Kyrie to be their point guard.
Right, right,
It didn't work out.
right.
Kyrie wasn't ready, lacked the leadership, the maturity to really handle that team.
Mm-hmm.
That experience is well documented and talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Then people don't forget also as well. They tried to have Kemba come in and be point guard.
Right.
Marcus Smart was a part of the organization during this whole time. They didn't believe in Marcus Smart at the one,
Yeah,
not at the starter
yeah,
position.
yeah.
Kemba didn't work out either.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics have been trying everything under the sun to have a true point guard in there or a better, who they feel was a better point guard than Marcus Smart.
Right.
Well, you get a very sound defensive player. I still think he's overrated. He is DPOY. He wasn't my vote. I just don't see, even in this series, what Marcus Smart is so dominating on the defensive end. I think he's a very good team defender. With that being said, he is not so great defensively to make up for his turnovers that he's making because he's not a
Mm-hmm.
true point.
Mm-hmm.
Some games he give you over 20. It's shocking to me how it ever happens
Yeah, yeah.
because I don't think you can count on him as a 20-point scorer per game. And the stats back me up.
No, that's true. It's a true statement.
I think that the lack of a true point, the ball has been more in Jaylen Brown's hands than it probably has all season.
That's true.
The funny part is, and I didn't realize this about Jaylen Brown's game, while he is a very good attacker,
Mm-hmm.
he can finish well. He's clutch. He's got the moxie and the mindset to really do some damage.
Right.
His handles are leave a lot to be desired. He
Yeah.
loses the ball quite often.
Yeah.
In the offseason, he needs to go to one of them dribbling camps. I'm sorry. Go on
Wow.
and get you
I
one
don't.
of them
I
dribbling.
don't. I don't think it's that bad, but he definitely isn't a Steph. No, you're right.
He's just not a decent enough primary ball handler to drive as much as he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that bothers me. Jayson Tatum's just too big to ever really have great handles.
Yeah.
Those big guys of that nature just don't have great handles.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to live with as good as his handles are. What he needs to do is smarter decision making.
Yeah.
What do you do when you face a double team, Jayson Tatum? Well, you studied under Kobe Bryant,
Yeah. Yeah.
your mentor.
Yeah.
You even left a message for him this series. Well, he returned your call.
Oh
Shoot
wow.
over the double team.
Oh wow. That's tough.
I'm just saying. I'm saying, co-host. That's what Kobe would do.
He would. He sure would.
He ain't pass out of that double team.
Oh, he gonna shoot that ball. I'm gonna tell you that now.
And that's why he missed the most shots in NBA history.
He gonna shoot
Because
that ball.
Mamba mentality says there's no bad shot out there. You willing to take the shot. People with low IQ give that man credit. And here Jayson Tatum idolizes, and that's why he doesn't shoot for what his skill set is. He should shoot
Yeah.
more like KD.
Yeah.
He should shoot more of KD percentages than Kobe percentages.
Yeah, yeah.
You're bigger than Kobe, Tatum. You don't have quite that skill set that Kobe had in all the other facets of the game, and you ain't even really got his mindset. You ain't cussing out your teammate. You ain't
And
doing a
that
lot of those other things.
and that's actually what I was agreeing to say. Like his mindset is not there. There was a couple times where a switch off had happened between him and Steph, for example. Like Steph had gone on the switch, and there was a couple times Steph stopped him, and not talking about like swiping at the ball or whatever, but like stopped him. And I'm like, for a person that's that much bigger than Steph, why are you getting stopped by the man? Now, of course, me being a Steph fan, I'm like, oh yeah, you did what you're supposed to do, Steph. But really, in all reality, Tatum should be taking that to the hole every single play. But he just, I don't know, he just doesn't have that dog mentality like Kobe. He don't have it.
Well,
Now, so
he adopted that shot taking, but there's a lot of other things he just didn't adopt, and I just think that it was a bad. I think he needs to take parts of a lot of different people's game.
I agree with that.
This
I
is
definitely
not
agree.
about LeBron, but what LeBron does is that he took bits and pieces from different games to really say LeBron's one of a kind.
Yeah,
People said he was Magic and Jordan's baby. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
hybrid there.
yeah.
He don't get enough credit for the Jordan side of him, but he has that. That's why he has so many game winners. That's why he has scored so many points in his career. But look at the assist and the team leadership and his. That's what brings the magic in. Tatum, I see too much Kobe and not enough KD,
Yeah, yeah.
and it takes a lot for me to give KD any credit.
Glad, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you finally did. I'm so
And
glad.
I'm saying adopt some of KD because it fits your size and I think your skill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from the Celtics perspective, as well, I really like what um, Horford has brought to the table. There's not much, in my opinion, left in that. He's digging deep and giving you 110%.
Mm-hmm.
He is fighting. He's doing, and he is a very good passer from the big man position. He's super intelligent. He's had a
Mm-hmm.
couple big games in there for him. To win tonight, we can shift and transition to talk about Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
The keys for the Celtics for me, and then I'll ask you the keys for the Warriors for
Mm-hmm.
Game 6. One of the keys is you're at TD Garden, baby. Take advantage of that energy from the crowd. Play to them. Channel that emotion to not play out of control. Use that energy that they're going to give you to give a little bit extra. Because I'm going to tell you, to prevent this closeout game, it's going to take one of your best games as a team the entire season. The Warriors are coming with haymakers today because they do not want to see Game 7. They know what Game 7 looks like. Am I right or am I right, co-host? They know what Game 7 look like.
They've been there. Yep.
I'm going to tell you right now, Game 7 could go either way
Mm-hmm.
because that means both teams done won the same amount of games.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors are giving you the best shot tonight. So I think TD Garden is key. Tatum, be smart.
Mm-hmm. Well, you good, sir. You there?
Oh, my fault. Be smart
Yep.
and simply um, be aggressive because they're going to need you to be the leading scorer, or right there matching Brown. They're going to have to be both above 30 points per game, but be smart, be efficient.
Yeah.
And then the next thing to me, this is just me. I like to see more Derek White. He has been very effective against them. Play him a little less Pritchard, in my opinion. And Smart, I like you more of a spot up shooter. You make the right decision with the shooting or the driving. I really don't want to see him really attack that from a point guard perspective, in my opinion. In my opinion, those are the keys for me, for the Celtics tonight. This is going to be a dog fight. What do you got for the Warriors, man?
So number one, I say for as a team, pace, pace, and more pace. Um, if you get that lead, if you get up by 2 points, 4 points, whatever, continue the pace. Even if that means taking some people out, putting some people in, so that way some people can get some time to rest. Keep the pace up with a team like the Celtics because they are the odds say that they are going to have a big game tonight because pretty much every time they get beat, they come back and they have a great game. You need to keep your foot on their neck as much as possible. So that's number one. Number two, Steph, you got to come out. You got to come out with the kill shots. Last game, you goose egged your first time in like over 250 plus games where you didn't have a 3 point shot. And it wasn't because Boston wasn't necessarily guarding you like that. You just missed. You just had a off night. That cannot happen in the finals when you are the star. You are the man. That cannot happen. So I look for Steph to come out, take care of business. Statistics say that you are going to have some help from Clay. He does really well in game 6 games. So I think that's important as well too. Clay needs to come out and also have just as well as game, if not better, than Steph. You're going to need all the help you need tonight. You're in enemy territory. Boston is nothing to play with when it comes to the TD Garden. They are arguably the worst place to play as far as when it comes to fans because they are some dirty, down low fans that goes to the TD Garden. So I think that's the case as well too. You limit your turnovers. Boston also can capitalize off of that as well too. Take smart passes and read those defenses where they're at because I'm pretty sure their coach is going to open up the playbook on you tonight. They're going to go probably. I even heard that, and it's true. I mean, he may go deeper on his bench tonight because they're playing with desperation tonight. They know if it doesn't happen tonight, it's over. Season's over with. So um, I think if you do all of those things, trust your guys out there, make those smart plays. Don't be arguing about plays up and down the court. You're going to know within the first 2 or 3 minutes if you're going to get calls or not. When you know it's not happening, take it on the chin, go down to the other side of the court and play ball. This is not the time to be arguing about calls tonight. You got to focus. So I think if you do those things, I think if they come out and do those things, I think they'll be successful and take care of business at the TD Garden. So
I'm gonna flip it on you. What is it that the Celtics, and I'll say it for the Warriors, what is it
yeah,
that the Celtics can't do if they want to win this game?
I said it earlier. The biggest thing is turnovers. You can't turn over the ball tonight. Golden State has proven each game that when they have high turnovers, they score the ball. Whether that's inside or outside, they score the ball. So that's number one objective on the clipboard tonight. If I'm the coach, no turnovers. Possess that ball correctly, like you're supposed to. So um, if they get over, if they're averaging over 5 to 6 or 7 turnovers per quarter or per half or if you will whatever, they're going to lose. Simple as that. So, um, next thing, I agree with you. JT got to show up. So he ain't showed up yet. It's been Jaylen Brown. I think me and you had this conversation. If the Celtics were to come out and win, this series and things of that nature, Jaylen Brown would be my pick. He would be my pick for Finals MVP. So, Jayson Tatum, you got to show up because you're going to need it. So, but I think those two things, I think they do that. I think they will be successful as well too. So,
Yeah, for me, the Warriors. Honestly, I think they cannot allow. It's funny because I really think there's such a double standard in officiating Draymond versus every other player in the league. But in
mm-hmm.
my opinion, I think that if the Warriors, if they want to win, they cannot allow Draymond to cost them the game with his
Mm-hmm.
emotions. It will be charged in TD Gardens. That is normally a disaster for Draymond Green.
Absolutely.
A tech or two away. Sorry, they do not. They need him on the court. He's still a decent distributor. He's still a solid quarterback mentally. Some of his physical skills have diminished. A lot of people talk about his numbers and all this and that. That's not what Draymond has ever brought to the Warriors. If he plays within reason, emotionally and under control,
I feel
he
like
helps
this.
them
He hasn't brought
tremendously.
that to the Warriors. He hasn't brought that to the Warriors in a while. But you, if you look back at his earlier mixtapes with the Warriors, he was scoring a consistent about 15, 16 points a game, roughly. But he ain't
He
brought it
never
lately.
he
I
never
mean,
did
it's
that
not what he's
during none
known
of the.
now for.
You know what I'm saying? He never did that for none of the finals runs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nah, not none
So
of the
for them,
finals.
for
Nah,
their championship aspirations, that's not what he's needed for at all. I
right.
also think if they what the Warriors can't do is only have one of the Splash Brothers show up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can't
I
do
agree.
that. You're gonna need to play your best game of the finals
hmm
tonight. You need all hands on deck.
hmm
Steph, you're gonna have to go crazy. Clay, wake up.
Yep.
Now the difference between the Celtics and the Warriors, the Warriors have a bit more scoring punch when it comes to versatility out there. You got Wiggins,
Right.
you got Poole, you've got, four players that can help. The Celtics have Brown and Tatum, and then role players that I don't think
Yeah.
I could count on 20 from any of them, but some of them do it occasionally. So that's
Yeah.
why I say Brown and Tatum got to give you over 30 each tonight. For the Warriors, it's not so much the case. You can get
That's true.
three of the big four, it give you 20, and you win this thing. Not 20 on the dot, but in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? I think you can win
I
this
got you.
game if you get you that team effort. So I'm just not a believer in Jordan Poole. I'm sorry. I'm not a believer in Jordan Poole. I'm not riding that wave or whatever they say on TV and all that. If I'm the Warriors, I'm doing a sign and trade, or I'm not signing them. I'm not doing that, man. I know he fits well with the system, but I'm just not quite sold on how much more he can elevate. He took such a
I think.
giant leap
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
talking long term, not just game six, just long term. Because
No,
anytime I
I
mention
got you.
Jordan Poole, I want it on record. I'm just not a true fan of his. I think that he has not showed up this finals, except what, one game?
No, I think just one.
Just not a believer. I think that his ceiling has been seen, and I need more for the money he's going to command. I'm gonna need more. Some team's gonna be a fool and invest in that guy. I
That's
just,
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's going to
I just
happen.
don't know.
And if
If
I'm the
the Warriors,
Warriors, I'm making it happen. If I'm the Warriors, I'm making it happen because I'm pretty sure they can get some value for it too. So, hey, you got to go, got to go.
anyway, what we got here? Friend of the show, um, said Jayson Tatum got to show up and show out for Boston to snatch the win. 110%. 110%. I
Absolutely.
think we both agree. And the funny part about Jayson Tatum, there's not a thing the Warriors should be able to do to stop him.
Nope.
He's that
However,
skilled.
however, I want you to put some respect on Andrew Wiggins' name defensively. Put some respect on him because he's been pretty much assigned to him for the most part of the finals, and he's been struggling. I mean, you gotta put something on it. I mean, that has to be something to be said about that.
Wait, wait,
So
wait, 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 wait. Are you telling me to put some respect on Wiggins' name?
for that part, yeah, for that part,
How about you put some respect on Wiggins' name? You've been talking
I
about him
have,
like
and
a
I
dog.
have. No. I didn't talk about him like a dog. I said this is my quote. This is exactly what I said about him. I said he should have been doing this. It shouldn't have taken to him to get to here to now for him to show up. He should have been showed up. That was my gripe with him, but that never took anything away from his talent because I knew he had it. I knew he had it. So
I've been telling you put some respect on that third Splash Brothers name, and
no. He's not, but he's not the third Splash Brother. See, you're telling lies. Now, see, I can't agree with a lie. He ain't no Splash Brother.
he carried the Warriors franchise when the
What is
Splash Brothers wanted to take a year
what
off.
what is normally considered when they say splash? Because he can shoot from outside, right? What is his numbers from outside? Yeah, okay. Like I said, he's no splash brother. However, he has been dogging this year, so I'm not going to even take that from him. And he's done excellent against Jayson Tatum this
He's an
series.
all-star.
So he is. He sure is. He sure is this year.
Another comment says, "How do y'all feel about the Miles Turner for DeAndre Ayton?"
That's the thing that
Um,
happened.
I really like Ayton. I think that in Phoenix, Ayton will not be able to reach his full potential because there's so much firepower around him.
Mm,
The Suns have a lot of young players who are blossoming all at the same time, except for Chris Paul's, older. But the rest of that team that is put together very well, and they're aging well together. You can't keep them all. Miles Turner, I think the relationship with Indy is done. You better find a home for him. I think that Miles Turner would probably fit the Suns better than Aiton does, and he represents something that Aiton doesn't, and that's the 3-point ability. He's a better
mm-hmm,
shot blocker than Aiton, but I think Aiton is a better interior presence, and I think he rebounds better than Turner. So
mm-hmm.
I think Indy would definitely benefit from that trade, and I think the Suns would too.
I agree. I've been saying get rid of Miles Turner for the longest, for a few years now. So bringing Aiton here would definitely be benefit Indy. Um, they definitely need a rebounder like that, somebody that's going to actually stick to the post like that. So I think he would fit great here, and Turner would fit great out in Phoenix. They like to run and shoot. They're very similar, not exactly similar, but they do have a lot of similarities to the Warriors, where they like to run and shoot. So Turner would flourish in that type of system. So I think both parties would be well with that as well too. I agree.
Let me ask you this: just we talked a little bit about the series and the game so
Yeah,
far. Just talking about your Warriors as a whole.
yeah,
Um, you guys pay the most money in tax.
a lot.
I just don't. I know that the pockets are deep, but dang, it's been a long time that's been sustained. I cannot see
Hmm.
y'all keep going with that model, man. They make it such a penalty, you know, to keep paying what y'all paying. How long you see
I'm
this
gonna
thing going, man?
I'm gonna put it like this. Who I would like to see the first person leave? Draymond. I would
His
love for
he,
him to
he
go.
got a big contract.
I would love for him to go.
I don't see
But
how that
in
happens
reality,
unless y'all take it on
but,
something
that,
bad.
but I was gonna say in reality, what I think will probably end up happening, and it's only because of how he has came back from injury. I think Clay's gonna leave, and it's not because he wants to. I think they're gonna get rid of Clay. You could tell there's been a difference since that injury, and I think to to justify paying his contract, you have to ask yourself, well, is he ever going to get back to that Clay? Is he ever going to get back to that type of star that he was before that injury? And do I want to pay the money to see if that's going to happen? So I honestly think he probably would go first before Draymond, but I would love for somebody to pick up Draymond. Get rid, yeah, bye.
My question is for you: if you are running, if you're the GM,
Yeah,
are you sending Clay away?
he wouldn't be my first choice. No, my first choice, I'm trying to get rid of Draymond.
I'm telling you right now. Yeah, Draymond is likely to is an obvious choice to be traded, but I simply just don't know if what that team would really have to. You might have to do a Draymond and Clay,
Well, yeah, maybe.
and
Or
that's a significant.
you could throw in Draymond and Poole. Somebody will take that. Somebody will take that.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Hmm.
With
I
that
know
being
somebody
said,
will take Draymond.
if I'm the GM, I'm trading Clay, and I think this is the perfect time for it.
Yeah.
My thing is this: if you trade Clay away, I don't think no one's going to hold the Warriors be mad at him.
No.
I think that
No.
you ran this long enough that the Splash Brothers legacy is set. They're going to go down as one of the dynasty type run. Tremendous pair in NBA history. You could break it up now and not take much backlash.
I
And
agree.
this is a business.
I
This
agree
is
with
a
that.
business. This is not a charity. For that type of money, you need certain things in return. And I
Hmm.
think Clay right now, because of the unknown upside, you can actually sell that. Versus Draymond, he's declining. Clay, you don't know where his because he just came back. You could sell that he is coming. You know what I mean? And I just think that he
I
has
think
more value.
I think they're both declining, but that's just my opinion. So,
I mean, Clay not going to reach. I don't think what he was. But I'm talking about if the injury makes it difficult. Draymond didn't suffer that. He's actually been declining a lot longer than Clay.
hmm.
Um, Let me ask you this:
Hmm.
Clay to LA.
I mean, who we getting back? Because y'all not keeping that superstar team if we giving you Clay. Who you giving us? See, that's that devious smile. Yeah, who you giving us?
I mean, I got to make the money work. I mean, there's Westbrook. There's
We don't want Westbrook.
what's that?
We don't want Westbrook.
The reason why I say Westbrook, I'm not trying to
We
be
don't.
funny.
We
No,
don't want
hear
Westbrook.
me out. Can you hear me out?
I'm listening. We don't want Westbrook though. Keep going.
If you're not gonna let me say my piece, then I mean I
My
don't know what
fault. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say.
Westbrook represents a better Draymond. Draymond cannot shoot, and if you're getting rid of Draymond as well, you
Can
understand what I'm
Westbrook?
saying?
Can Westbrook shoot?
No. But I'm saying the Warriors already operate with one non-shooter,
Right.
and many times Draymond is facilitating. He's bringing
Mm-hmm.
the ball up the court. He's
Mm-hmm.
actually quarterbacking the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook can get you over 10 assists. He has a turnover thing, and so does Draymond. People overlook these kind of things. Westbrook's not the only turnover machine in the NBA.
Right.
Now, the key to that is I'm saying from a system standpoint, Westbrook's not the fit to be the one of the four shooters, but he can be that fifth non-shooter. And he fits the scheme from you got to rebound well on that team. Westbrook can do it. He's averaged over 10. I just think that it would end. Here's the biggest key. Nothing I've said so far is wowing you. He has $47 million that expires after this season. Draymond's contract goes further. Clay's contract goes further. And if you're trying to free yourself of some of this, I'm just saying that Westbrook might not be a bad option to do a reset on this.
Can I ask you a question though, real quick?
What's up?
When you go out and look for a job, when you're going out and you're saying, you know what, I want to, do something better, make more money, I want to do better. Do you make a lateral move? You try to get some more perks when
What do you
you're
mean?
so I'm not gonna go, you know, apply for a job that's making the same amount of money at a different company. I'm gonna try to get more money. Like I'm gonna try to do better is my
That
point. That's the
depends.
point
It,
behind
it
that.
depends on the situation. Sometimes lateral
Well,
moves
well,
are pluses, but yeah.
but it's not always the common thing, right? It's normally you're trying to do better when you go to a different job. Here's
Now
my
equate
point.
that to what I'm talking about.
Here's my point. Why would I go get Westbrook, who's basically another Draymond? Essentially, he can't shoot. Yeah,
Because
he could give me
Draymond's
some assists.
contract lasts well past like it goes
But
multiple
here's the
years.
thing, though. I'm looking further term too. Let's say his okay. I take on his on Westbrook's contract, and it evaporates all that stuff. Who am I going to trade him to after that? Because I'm not going to want
No,
to
you
keep
don't
it.
trade him. You don't trade him. You're clearing your books. You're
Hmm.
freeing yourself up the Draymond contract. You're freeing yourself up of the
So
Clay
then
and
I'm gonna
getting
so
something.
then I'm gonna just let him walk with nothing coming back.
Yeah, because that is a perk. You're freeing up that cap to sign free agents. Yeah,
Hmm.
or to make trades, or to make trades that could bring in more.
Man, nobody doing
I'm
that
so
shit. That's
know
that's the issue now. That's why y'all can't get rid of him now. Nobody want him.
no. Last year he had a player option that made it difficult to trade for him. This year that's done. He's gonna if he does his player option like he's anticipated to do.
But I'm
There
talking
is
about
no there
earlier.
is no
I'm
unknowns
talking
on the
about
back end.
But I'm talking about earlier part of the season, there was some talks about moving him, and nobody wanted him.
But I'm saying that because the contract situation, he had a whole nother year. It wasn't an expiring deal. You're discounting that.
I'm not
I'm
discounting.
sorry, an expiring deal of $47 million allows you to free up a couple contracts that you want to get from under.
Then let me give you somebody else. I'm not giving you Clay for that.
I mean, I'm just saying a Clay and a Draymond, you make that work.
I'm not giving you Clay for that.
A Clay, a Draymond, and we'll probably have to throw somebody in like a THT to make that money work because he make 12.
I'm good.
Boom.
I'll pass.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you,
I'll pass.
you know, options.
Yeah,
That
I'll pass
works for
on that.
all parties involved.
I would take Miles Turner before I take Westbrook. Send him to Golden State. And I don't even like Miles Turner.
Well, you're not trading Miles Turner for Clay, and there's nothing else you're going to be able to offer. The Pacers aren't going to take Draymond and Poole for that. So
No, I'm just saying I would be more apt to even think of a Clay for a Miles Turner and throw some other stuff with it or whatever. But I'm more apt to think of that than I am trying to get Westbrook. I'll pass on that. I'm
you're
sorry.
not trying to get Westbrook. You're
I know
trying to
you're trying to get rid of the contract. I got what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But
stop
still,
worrying about Westbrook.
I'm
It's not about Westbrook.
but if I'm the Warriors, I'm also thinking not only just money wise, I'm thinking how am I going to be competitive for the next season?
How are you
There
going to be
is
competitive for the future seasons with that dead money on your books with Draymond?
I'm
He's unplayable,
I'm willing to take that risk.
but you're
With
not
the
willing
money,
to take the risk with
I'm not taking it.
a 1 year.
I'm not taking it for Westbrook. I'm sorry. He has
The
no.
year to do it, would be if you just won you a championship and the future of the team is kind of in limbo a little bit.
But
That's the time that you really can do it.
but it's not in limbo though. That's the thing.
It really is. I see the window closing on this current unit.
No, I mean not this year, not this coming year.
I do.
We'll
Because
see.
y'all can't keep Poole with that money.
Poole going any. Pool's going. They gonna move Poole.
Wonderful.
Poole
So
move.
Poole's gone. Draymond's not getting any better.
Hey, that's all right. He's
And
been there now.
he's holding y'all hostage for that money.
That's all right. He's been
Clay,
there now.
you already said don't think he can get better. He's declining. These are your words, not mine.
That's true. He's gonna probably even out kind of where he is now. So I don't see him getting better. I wish
And
he would, but I don't see it.
Steph's translation and shooting will last a long time, but his agility and quickness and all that, those things don't last forever.
If Ray Allen can do it, he can do it too.
Ray Allen was a different type of player. Ray Allen was more of a catch and shoot guy. He didn't. Many of Steph things is off his shiftiness.
Yeah, but he can also catch and shoot too.
He can. Who gonna give him? Who gonna pass it to him? Remember, Draymond gone.
If you move him, yeah.
Clay not
But
known as no killing passer.
but I already said he's probably not going to move. That's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be Clay, most likely. I've already said that. That's the reality. So
We got another comment. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Said they have enough hardware to respectfully break up the team and cut costs. I agree. This is what I'm trying to say to my
But
co-host.
I'm not disagreeing
Next
that they
year
should
is
move.
the perfect year
I'm
to
not
make
doing it
that
for
move.
Westbrook. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's because you're thinking about Westbrook and not about long term.
Let's find another player that has an expiring contract and go from
To
there.
to get rid of, there's no one with an expiring contract with the money of Westbrook.
I don't want
No
Westbrook.
one.
I don't want Westbrook.
What'd you say?
I don't want Westbrook. Stay in LA. He can stay at LA.
No, that's cool. That's cool because
Brown,
somebody's gonna take
Brown
that.
wanted Brown wanted him there, so stay there.
Bron, the GM wanted him there, and Bron said okay.
Okay, so stay there. Stay there. Make it work.
Give me your honest, non-biased prediction, and we'll close this thing out.
Uh,
Game 6. Non-biased, man. I don't want no funny business from you.
okay.
Who wins tonight?
I've already been saying. I've been saying it since the start of the series. Golden State in 6. It's the 6th game. They take care of business, but it's going to be a close one. I think it be a margin of about 10 points, and it's going to be like garbage points, like from free throws or something. Who knows? But I'm guessing I'm going with 88-78. Golden State.
What is this? The 70s?
I think it's going to be a good defensive game, man. So
I think I've said it from the beginning. Celtics in 7.
mm-hmm.
To stay true to that because that prediction is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics win tonight.
Actually, I'm gonna change it. 108-98. There we go. That sounds a little bit better.
Lock that in, 108.98. All right.
Mhm.
I predict Celtics win tonight. I predict 115 to 101.
Ooh, 14 points. Wow. Okay, we'll see.
115 to 101. Lock me in.
Yeah, there it is. 115, 101, 108 to 98. Lock me in.
If you got any of our viewers, if you got prediction, put it out there now for this game start. Because at the tip, it ain't no good now.
We don't want to see it. Don't put. I'll erase it. If
Yeah,
it ain't, yeah.
come tomorrow. If I
If it
lost,
say nine
if I
on,
look good,
if it say 9-1, it's getting erased. Done. Done. Done deal.
what's this say? Warriors need to win tonight. Boston will take Game 7. I agree. I agree. I think this is a must win. And I'm not sure Steph's shoulders are broad enough. They've never been in the past.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He proved. Don't do
He
that.
proved what?
He don't do that. Don't do that.
He ain't proved nothing. What
He
he
took a
proved?
team that should not have even went to the playing game to the playing game. Don't do that. Don't do
You
that.
talking about when LeBron busted his head?
Don't do that. Don't do that. They shouldn't even have been there. They shouldn't
LeBron
have been
sitting in
there.
3 rims.
They shouldn't have even been there. He carried them that season. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just disrespect. This is the disrespect, man.
He failed in that game to carry the burden, and he gonna fail tonight.
Nah, he ain't gonna fail tonight. He gonna show up tonight. So
MVP prediction.
finals MVP will go to Steph. He's been the best player in the finals so far. It will go. He will get his first one this finals.
4 championships in that scenario that he
Yep.
would have won with 1 finals MVP. How does that ratio, or how should that ratio really impact the Steph conversation legacy wise?
I like we've already had this conversation. I think his legacy is already where it needs to be. I just think it only elevates it even more by him getting this Finals MVP. He should already have one, but that's another conversation for another day. But him getting 4 in this Finals MVP definitely
No,
gets him.
the question is, see, one of the knocks against Kobe is he had 5 rings with only 2 finals MVP.
I don't. It's your knock,
That
not mine.
impacts Kobe's conversation all time.
That's not a knock for me, but
Well, I'm telling you how it is played historically.
mm-hmm.
When people talk about that, Shaq being the most dominant figure in 3 of his 5 matters when you're talking about him all time. I think KD being more dominant than Steph in 2 of his 4 really does matter. And in the third or the first of his finals, he wasn't even Finals MVP, right or wrong.
I'm going to tell you
I'm
this.
just telling you
This
that I
this is
think it
this is
just makes it
how
more
this
important.
this is how I view those Finals MVP. If you take that star person off of that series, does that team still win the series? That's what
That's
matters.
that take Scottie Pippen off of the Bulls. When do they still win?
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
no, they don't.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my God, I'm
yeah,
gone. I'm gone.
yeah, yeah.
Last comment of the night: Steph's legacy is cemented. Dude completely changed the outlook of what a superstar can look like in the NBA. I agree 100%. His legacy is cemented. I'm talking about what type of legacy, the full narrative of his legacy is what I'm discussing. Steph will go down as a person who changed the NBA for the worse, not the better. But yes, he definitely
Crazy.
changed the NBA. All right, man, we up against it. It's tip off, baby. It's tip
Yes, sir.
off.
Yes, sir. We will
Uh,
catch you
thanks
on
for
the next one.
thanks for all of our viewers. Comment, like, subscribe, and we appreciate everyone. Uh, if this goes wrong, I ain't coming back. Peace.
Let's go. Go Warriors. Let's go. Let's go.
Anyone but Warriors.